But back in the 70s, Hanna-Barbera actually owned a TV station in the area, and they used Union Terminal here as the model for the Hall of Justice for the Super Friends.
Their mission: to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
And we're back, guys, here at the Cincinnati Museum Center here in Cincinnati, Ohio, aka the Hall of Justice. Check it out. Pretty sweet. All right, guys, Keith here. Are you ready for some fun at the Museum Center? I am, and it's really cold out here, so let's go inside. All right, we've made it in, and check out this impressive Art Deco rotunda we got going on here. The mural is actually depicting Cincinnati through the years, Native Americans to the industrial and the river. See some farmers and things like that. While we're waiting on Eric and Beth to get their passes, and then we're going to head on down. I don't know where we're going to start, the natural history or the children's, or they have another one over here. The Cincinnati History Museum. You got trains and all kinds of cool little tidbits in history of Cincinnati, Ohio. Before we get going, we got Chrissy. Hello. We got Lauren. We got Morgan, Devin, Eric, and Beth. All right, we're going in the Museum of Natural History and Science first. So cool. This Art Deco style they got going on here. Check this guy out. We got dinosaurs. Not sure what kind he is, but he's most impressive. Check out those dinosaurs. They even have a small one right here. Actually, this is a Trovosaurus, and it's the only mounted one in the world. That's pretty neat. They got a pterodactyl up here. Look at that. That's fun. He's swooping around. Oh, this might be a T-Rex over here. I don't know. Doesn't really say. Looks very much like a T-Rex head though, doesn't it? I was right, guys. It was the T-Rex. This is a pretty neat little area, but it's kind of just like a hall of dinosaurs right through here. It's still pretty neat. Oh, look. You could, like, examine an egg here. It's got, like, a magnifying glass. You can check all the little things up close. I like when they have, like, these interactive things like that. Makes it that much better. Check out this. This is a interactive globe that shows the tectonic shifts throughout the years. Zoom out a little bit, you can see they got the time lapse going of where all the continents were. That's awesome. You can see it in real and fast forward. It's like 200 million years ago in the Jurassic phases. 115 million years ago, Cretaceous phase. Oh, now current time. It's neat. This is cool. They have like a lab in here where paleontologists are actually actively extracting fossils. Yeah, they found it in Montana. They're working, I guess it's a Triceratops. I don't know if you can see that, but they even have like a genetics lab here, and they're studying the DNA of endangered species in there actually. That's pretty cool.
Or a crawdad.
Like,
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is exactly, but it looks like a shrimp or something. Maybe it's an endangered shrimp.
Like a shrimp almost.
But that's cool how it's like they got all these like actual working science labs in here. That's pretty neat. The next area we found is called the Cave. So anyway, this museum was under refurbishment last time we came. It wasn't open down here, but they have like a cave we can walk through, so we might try to do that. Okay, there is two paths. This upper path is easier, so we're going to the upper path. See, like, ooh, they caught like a mouse or something in here. This is scary down here, guys. They got like stalactites and stalagmites in here.
What's the difference? I forget.
Stalactites are on the ceiling, tights to the ceiling, stalagmites are on the floor. So here's an example of a stalagmite. Stalagmite goes from the floor. Stalactites go from the ceilings in caves. They have bones in there. Oh, it's a jaguar skeleton. And we're out.
That wasn't so bad.
That wasn't too scary, the top way. I'd be interested to see what Eric and Morgan and Devin think of the other way. They went the harder way, which is like more stairs and tight spaces. So we'll see what they think about that. Unfortunately, it was like hard to vlog in there, so you might have only seen a few things in the cave. So how was the cave, the hard path? I think it wasn't challenging. I mean, I fit through it. Like there was no like low spots, but there was like one spot where I kind of bumped my head. It's fine, but it wasn't bad. Like it was cool. Like you got to see like the rivers and stuff underneath there, and they had things, you know, in the walls to, you know, show you what you're looking at and stuff. It's pretty cool. What about you, Devin?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty enjoyable too. So
Glad we did the low one, right?
yeah, the low one was awesome.
From the cave to the Neil Armstrong experience. So we went from under the ground to way up in space. So it's like almost like circle vision in here, where they got like space all the way around you on all these screens. You can even have it in the floor because it's like you're looking down from space. Guess it's like a little movie of the Apollo 11 mission. What does the moon rock feel like? Kind of feels like a rock on the earth, I think. Eric's feeling the moon rock there. He said it feels like a rock on the earth. Feels kind of volcanic, actually. They have these like little stands where you can stand underneath, and it's like those, you know, directed narratives where it tells you like a little story if you stand underneath it. It's pretty cool. So there's like the Apollo 11 thing here. It's got all kinds of cool facts and things like that. And also, what I like, it's got Neil Armstrong's spacesuit right there. That is awesome. This is kind of like a small area, but it's pretty neat. Like if you like space and you like learning about the Apollo 11 thing, check this one out. Okay, we're done with the Natural History Museum. Going on to the Children's Museum, I think. But you sort of exit out on this little lower level right here. And then there's this little hallway you walk down to get to the other museums. But this is also where the food court is too down here. They got like a little snack cart with popcorn. And a little place where you can get like burgers and things like that over there. And anyway, this is where we're going in, the Duke Children's Museum. Down here on the lower level. This place is like an overload of fun for the kids in here. But they had this tree top course that was pretty cool that was closed last time we were here, so we're gonna go check that out. Ooh, on the way through here though, they got like in this room full of fossils. Actually, this is called the Woods back here, but it's like very busy today, but check out the turtle. They even have a tunnel in there so you can get close and look at the fish. They all have like little things like net horses and something you gotta climb up. Suspension bridges, tunnels to crawl through, and even a raccoon. They have a little area back here too where you can learn about the how water and rivers work. Pretty neat and fun for the kids. They have like a little Sprouts farm here too, which is like dedicated for like it's a gated off area for like younger kids to go in. Children younger than 4 can go in there and play around. Check out this guy. It almost looked like a monkey played a didgeridoo from the angle, but I think he's just holding on to the log. And the rest of the kids' zone back here is kind of like these like little play sets where they can play and learn, like kitchen, or like learn how to drive a metro bus. Or they can even work in the cafe here. You can like learn how to brush your teeth. That's very important. Like they even have like you can sit down in the mouth, you know? Like yes. How are teeth comfortable?
Yeah, no.
No. Look, they're gonna chomp down on you. There's uppers and lowers right here. That's hilarious. But check out this dollhouse, Lauren. Yeah, that's awesome. That is very impressive.
What's the inside of it?
Yeah. Ooh. You can see like all the little rooms and things like that. It's a little glary, so it's hard to see, but pretty neat. So, as you can see, lots of fun things for the kids to do through here. All right, that was our quick trip through the Children's Museum. I'll link our one for the Indianapolis Children's Museum up here. You can check it out. It's definitely better than this one, but this one is still pretty fun. There's a lot of fun things and interactive things in there for the kids to do. So, also I noticed they have lockers here, just in case you need to like put your jacket or something like that, which would be more convenient than carrying it. Okay, we're in the Cincinnati History Museum now, and we're going into the public landing here. This is really neat. Takes you back in time in Cincinnati. Like, check out the paddle wheeler they got going on here. You can actually get on this thing. Let's go get on it. But the town here's like the facades are like the old-timey buildings. And this paddle wheeler is called the Queen of the West. And I don't know if you can see down there. Kind of dark, but they got a paddle wheeler going. They even have it like staged up with like chairs and things on the second deck. Some things that they'd be transporting, like flour and tobacco and things like that. And here's like the steam engine that powered the pump the pistons. They had to have a lot of coal on board here to keep the steam flowing. But like you could go out front here. It's like you're on the front of the boat. I don't know if it's necessarily Titanic King of the World.
I'm the king of the world!
Cool, but it's pretty neat to stand out here on the front of the boat. And here's like the piston actually going. It's running the wheel. Oh, apparently you push the button and the wheel keeps it turning. You even like go out back of the boat here too. It's a unique view actually. So really feels like you're watching the river go by here, or the old-timey building.
Used to cost $1.50 to go 133 miles between Cincinnati and Louisville on boat, and they got dinner too.
Oh, the good old times. So anyway, up here on the landing, there's definitely all these like little shops you could go in, like the botanist and chemist, like maybe the modern day pharmacy. And they show you like the herbs and things that they might be using, and they also show you like some of the tools that they had. It's dandelion. Eric just found some dandelion. So, you know, it was a little different than today's modern medicine. But, you know, it's really interesting. So we can go in this printing place here. See how the printing press was back in the day. There's the press. There's all the different dyes back there that they would use. You can go back here and actually use the old-timey technique to make your own words. Okay, so this is a replica of a beer hall. It was meant to make the migrants or immigrants to Cincinnati feel welcome. After work, they would come in here and they'd be served beer like back in Germany. So it's kind of cool. So they have like the little beer kegs right here, and the ale glasses, and the cheeses, and the sausages. It's neat.
I didn't know that.
Look, you can even play a friendly game of checkers over here.
Mom's a cheater on this.
Friendly. I guess let's play how it was back in the day. You know, it's just random chickens in a cage on the street you could buy them and have a chicken dinner. Probably is what it was for. And before email and text messages, if you needed to know something, they wrote it on like a chalkboard on your door. Here's a long look back down the street back to the Queen of the West. PD board, $3.50 per week. So this is a replica of a bank, and fun fact, Cincinnati needed cash to grow into the Queen City, so there wasn't national standard banking currency till the 1860s, so Cincinnati created their own cash and currency. So it's kind of interesting to look at the size of like the bills and the checks. Look at in the back, there's like a 1 and a 3 and a 5 stacked up, and they have Cincinnati coins. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. That's right here, the commercial bank. We're just leaving the little old-timey scene back there, but there's like old-timey cars in here. We can't get in there yet. I think they're kind of making it into a new exhibit, but that's gonna be neat. Love me some cars. Okay, now this, I don't know if you even get scale, but this thing is like a model of the Cincinnati downtown area. But check out all this model. They even have like the trolley car that runs around.
Now it's daytime.
Wait for it. Oh, the light changed. The light changed on the thing because it became daytime. That's pretty neat. But then there goes the trolley car. How neat is that, guys? But here comes another trolley going the other direction. That's neat, huh, Lori? I saw the train coming. I thought it was going this way, but maybe not. There goes the trolley, though. They got the trolley going all over the town. It's a little backlit here, but they got like the trains that used to come up here to Union Terminal. Actually, they still do on 3 days a week. There's a train to Chicago and a train to New York out of here. You know why they called it the Hall of Justice earlier? But back in the 70s, Hanna-Barbera actually owned a TV station in the area, and they used Union Terminal here as the model for the Hall of Justice for the Super Friends. So that's why they call it the Hall of Justice, because it really was. And here's a model of like the old ballpark that used to be here before it turned into Great American. Check out the trains. There's trains all over. It was definitely a very train-heavy town. A lot of industry through here, so they had to move a lot of coal and things in and out. Here's like the viaduct thing.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, huh?
Oh, we can't even go back here. We're blocked off from this area. This area is still under construction. A little backlit, sorry, but oh, we found the back of the courthouse. Well, there's a little light. And that's the back of the courthouse right there. Kind of a better shot there with a trolley going through. This is very impressive how they captured Cincinnati in this model. This is awesome. Down to like the littlest details, like, I mean, they got like a fire truck, or that building's like on fire. So the fire brigade's there.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, that is super neat, guys. And check out these cars on that parking structure right there. They did a great job with this. This always blows me away, and is definitely almost worth the trip to come in to see this very impressive model of Cincinnati. And there's the actual river down here. You can see the barges and stuff like that on the river. And anyone that thinks that bridge right there is a little familiar, it is. They actually used the model from the one in New York City to make this one, I believe. But they got all the trains down here coming down to the river to drop off their goods. And actually there's some army tanks down there. And I don't know if you can see, they got some like military vehicles on the trains. Here's a little info on the Roebling suspension bridge. One right there that looks like the Brooklyn Bridge. I don't know, guys. I could sit here and watch this model and these trains and these trolleys go by for hours. This is just so neat. If anyone's into trains or layouts, this is like the ultimate train layout that you could possibly come to. You definitely have to come down and check out the Cincinnati History Museum here at the Museum Center. And we're back out. We've done all the museums, but I just wanted to show you some things here real fast. In the back here, they have an Omnimax theater actually that's showing superpower dogs apparently. But also, see the sign that says 2 trains? There's actually a waiting room back there to get on the Amtrak. I know this is like super backlit, but I just can't get over the scale and how impressive this Art Deco area is here in the Rotunda. So you might be asking yourself why we're suddenly in my office. Well, it's because we didn't have an outro for this video. Dang! We had a great time at the Museum Center though, guys. If you get a chance to get out there when all this craziness is over, or if it is by the time this video comes up, I don't know. Make sure you go out and check out the Museum Center in Cincinnati. It's a great place, not that expensive, and it's super fun for the entire family. You know, the Cincinnati History Museum with those big models and the layouts might be my favorite spot, but I don't know. It's just all great, guys. I would just highly recommend stopping by. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, but don't click away just yet. There's lots of videos on this channel for you to check out. Make sure you go back and watch an old one. There'll be an end screen here, just a couple seconds, with some suggestions for you. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe if you're not. Make sure you check out the link below for all the sweet merch. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace and love.